I'm curious, you've made a number of points with which I think are apt, but perhaps we can agree that, politics and social movements and policy itself, it's not necessarily all logical and linear. And a lot of your comments have been rife with the implicit point that there's such an emotional communitarian aspect to all of this, right? So, it's not necessarily just about addressing facts, but also feelings,
Yeah.
right? That's what makes politics so fascinating and messy. And one of the points that I was kind of looking into between the lines in your previous conversations with other members of this group
Yeah.
is that, police officers themselves are, demographically in their lived experience, quite eclectic, right? You've got people who I think that there's been a lot of interest, or we can hope there's been a lot of interest in recruiting police officers whose lived experience have a certain compassion, although enforcing the law and a sense of justice, have a certain compassion for the stories
Yeah.
and for the experiences of people who are living in communities where there are higher incidents of crime, right? On the other hand, we have police officers, many of whom I'm sure live in Simi Valley, perhaps the highest per capita residential community of police officers in the whole country,
Yeah.
maybe who
you're
aren't so empathetic. So I'd be curious, what do you think is perhaps the way to, is to create a culture of policing? In my view, it's perhaps even bullshit to have, or it's inefficacious, shall we say. It's ineffective to just have bias training. To me, that seems like a Band-Aid solution. It seems like it's a lot deeper. And I know police officers have an enforcer personality towards the rules, but in some sense, at a deeper level, it seems to me like it would be a lot more effective to have police officers who understand the community, aren't just sitting here judging people as, poor, criminal, and black or brown, but saying, I get this person's point of view. We need to keep the community safe, but we also, need to work with people so we can create an LA and an America that is, productive for all.